Hi, I'm Mark Tilley, and welcome back to Dirtbike Magazine's YouTube channel. Today, we're getting our first chance to ride the 2026 Kawasaki Kx450. You might be looking at this bike going, it looks like the 2025. And you would be right. The only difference between this bike and last year's motorcycle is bold new graphics. And not even bold new graphics, just bold new colors on the graphics. This bike has been the same for the last few years. They did do a revamping of that motorcycle a few years back with new frame stuff and some new plastics, new connectivity stuff, Brembo brakes, hydraulic clutch, all that fun stuff. So if you want to know a little bit more about this motorcycle, head over to dirtbikemagazine.com or on the YouTube channel. You can find out a little bit more on the preview of this model. We're going to stop talking and we're going to go ride. Okay, so first day of testing underneath our belt, no big surprises. It's everything we thought it would be. Just like last year's bike, a little bit soft in the front end, a little bit actually soft overall for most people. The connectivity and the Rideology app is a really great thing that they've come up with. And you can go in there and make the bike a little bit more aggressive. There is a map, even last year's map will work as well. But we did change the map, make it a little bit more aggressive. It has traction control. It has all of that stuff along the way, just like we've become accustomed to. It's got great tires on it with the Dunlop MX-34s, the hydraulic clutch, the Brembo brakes. A couple things that we have tried that make a big difference on this motorcycle. Naturally, the mapping through the Rideology map does make a big difference. We have tried it with a Vortec ignition programmed by the crew over at Twisted Development. That makes a fairly big difference. A pipe on this bike will make a difference. Pro Circuit, FMF, Dubach, everybody that makes a pipe for this bike, it kind of opens it up and gives it a little bit more of that grunt that you want out of it. The FMF pipe kind of changes it a little bit to give it a little bit more right off bottom, where the Pro Circuit pipe kind of gives it a little bit more up top. So depending on what you want there, but both pipes do make a big difference. Opening up the airbox with the twin air power flow kit does help. It's a fairly involved process. The other thing, if you're riding any kind of off-road on this bike, or if you're doing, maybe some trail riding with buddies or whatever, you want to make sure that you keep an eye on the rear chain guide. It does bend fairly easy. Even in motocross settings, it bends fairly easy. We have heard some issues with the welds on the chain guide area. I personally had a couple of them rip off, but I was riding it off-road and doing some more stuff like that. So you definitely want to kind of keep an eye on that, know where you're riding, know what you're going through. But like I said, it's pretty good motorcycle, pretty good platform all the way around. It's a favorite of our riders and of multiple test riders in our group. It just might not be the liveliness that you want out of a motorcycle. It's definitely not a Yamaha or KTM type power. It's a kind of a little bit more drawn out. The bike does rev, but it's not a light switch. You got to kind of coax the power out of it when it comes to some of that stuff. So if you're somebody that wants a lot more power out of your motorcycle, you're going to want to mess around with some mapping and kind of do some more stuff with the pipe and those kind of mods. So if you got a little bit more time on your hands and you want to check out some other 2026 models that we've tested so far, hit the thumbnail now, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because it keeps you up to date with everything that we're bringing out and all of the new arrivals of stuff. So see you next time.